That was tiny.
It's a close one, yeah. I feel like we're closer.
I do feel a little closer. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Indiana Success Happy Hour. Brian Quinlan once again here from Daniels Real Estate.
Brad Nickham from Nest Mortgage Group.
Dude, get your drink ready before we start the show.
Man, my drink, sometimes you got to watch it for.
Ridiculous. All right. Well, if you're paying attention, you'll notice right next to me, somebody new. Sir, tell the folks who you are.
Hi, my name is Dave Burnett. I'm with the Department of Indiana American Legion.
American Legion. Excellent. This is going to be a good story.
You said he's new, but I mean, he looks as old as me because we went to high school together.
Oh, that is a fact.
He did call you Dudley earlier.
That is my nickname from high school. Most people only know me as Dudley in Wabash. That's my friend Mark Dieter, who passed away last year, actually about a year ago now. He gave me the nickname like in a classroom. We were in science class. He called me a name, and it Dudley stuck, and that's what they called my name. That's how they called my name when I graduated.
Huh. Okay. Well,
yeah, that's right.
What new tequila that's more than halfway gone are you drinking today?
There's 4 bottles of it.
Oh, you're good.
So this is Lagrimas de Valle. This tequila is a tequila that highlights different fields of agave, so you can actually taste the terroir in every bottle and know that this La Sabina, the agaves come from the state of Guanajuato, 1,700 meters, and this was a 2024 release, and this is their repo. Made in NOM 1123. What's that NOM? What is that one? What's 1123?
I have no idea.
You should know that one by now.
I don't.
Cascawin.
Oh, sure. We
Yeah.
actually don't talk about Cascawin much anymore.
We
used to back in the day.
We should talk about Cascawin more because they're one of the best distilleries in all of the tequila region. Had a great time last week there again. So flew home from Huantataclan and Guadalajara and Aramas for a few days. Never thought I couldn't say any of those names right.
I'm not 100% sure you're saying it right now, but you're very close. I'm sure. I've seen some of them in print. You're close.
Huantataclan. I worked very hard to get that right. That was
Okay.
Rondas. I don't think I'm doing that one.
I don't know. Again, I'd have to see the spelling at this point. Guadalajara is easy.
Yeah.
The 6-year-olds watching Dora know Guadalajara. That's not true.
What's Dora?
Dora the Explorer? Seriously?
Yeah. Okay.
Holy moly.
I've seen the TikToks Dora the Horror.
That's highly different. Highly different. I'm moving on.
What are you drinking over there, brother?
Motorboating son of a, it's actually just called Motorboat, but in my head it's Motorboating son of a bitch from Wedding Crashers.
That goes
Phenomenal.
right with Dora the Horror.
it actually does, yeah. Motorboat Blonde Ale from Pax Virum, located here in Indiana, and typical blonde ale, tasty, refreshing. First time I've had it, I'd buy it again.
And that's an Indiana beer?
It is, yeah.
What's the brewery?
Pax Virum.
Never even heard of that.
I think I looked it up. I believe it said Lapel, Indiana.
Huh. Lapel has a brewery.
Apparently so.
Wow.
That's people have breweries in their garage. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of space.
No, I totally understand. I was just thinking that I didn't realize that Lapel had a brewery. I know they have a great restaurant that's owned by a friend of ours, Jake Burgess.
Oh?
Yeah. So
maybe Jake knows about Pax Virum.
I bet he does, yeah. Smokies downtown.
Okay.
The best barbecue ribs I've had in Indiana, bar none, period. The best.
The interwebs, Lapel, Indiana. There you go.
There you go. We'll have to ask Jake. Jake's been on our show.
Yep. He opened, is that his new restaurant or?
No, he just opened Carnegie's in Greenfield.
Right.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's in the basement of a library. So why would it be named Carnegie's? Do you know?
No.
Because back when Andrew Carnegie, who was very, very wealthy at the time,
sure,
he donated money throughout the entire United States to build libraries everywhere, and that's why a lot of the libraries are called a Carnegie Library.
Huh. Learned something new today.
There you go.
There we go. Dave, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Buffalo Trace.
All right. You're a bourbon guy?
I am.
Okay. Happy with the Buffalo Trace over there?
Yes.
you should put that Buffalo Trace bottle in the screen there. Let's we'll give the old, they're struggling.
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace and
after they flooded,
they're struggling trying to sell, They sell so many bottles.
Vastly underwater not long ago. All right, well, there we go. Cheers,
Time
sir.
to start
Cheers
a
to
new
you.
show. Cheers, Dave. Thanks for coming all the way down here to old McCourtsville, Indiana.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you two go back to high school even earlier, or was it just high school?
Probably junior high,
Where'd you go to elementary school?
West Warden.
Okay, so I went to OJ Neighbors and then Metro North, junior high in Northfield, and then came to Wabash tonight.
So West Ward, and I did go to OJ Neighbors for first grade, I think, first or second grade, and then went over to West Ward, and then went to junior high at Wabash and North Manchester for ninth grade.
Oh, you went to Manchester for ninth grade? I didn't know that. Who'd you have
Oh,
at OJ
schools.
Neighbors? Like I had Mrs. Cockley and Mrs.
I don't remember.
You don't really?
I don't remember.
And I remember, so you graduated 88 with me, right?
Yes, sir.
So I was a year ahead until third grade. Then I got held back because I was dumb. That's their main reason. I was just dumb.
It's fun.
But I had like Mrs. Brown Eyes, and that was with Robbie Dials and that whole crazy group, right? And then Mrs. Cockley for first grade. But what I remember most about kindergarten, Mrs. Brown Eyes, is one of the Kirk boys, Wayne Kirk, and Robbie Dials, and somebody else that was a year ahead of us. We were throwing snowballs at each other. So we got in trouble. And they made us go
As you
sit by the door. So I heaped a snowball and hit the teacher.
Whoops.
And then I got paddled in kindergarten and sent home to tell my parents. And that started off a streak all the way up until they just kicked me out.
Huh.
Yeah, paddled every year.
Well,
it was a goal. It became a goal after a while.
How am I going to get it this year?
Yeah, it was easy. Did you ever get paddled in school?
Oh, yes. Yeah, kindergarten there at OJ Neighbors, pretty easy.
Yeah.
Throwing snowballs.
Yeah, you did too?
No way.
I did, for real.
Did you have Mr. Bear as your PE teacher? Remember Don Bear?
I believe so.
Yeah, Don Bear.
so.
Then became our athletic director.
Yes.
And remember we had sports spectacular high school. We would play sports or play against the other classes. Remember before we towards
Yes,
the end
I
of the year?
do vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had me set up my amp and my guitar. I was supposed to play the national anthem, kind of like Jimi Hendrix, right?
Yeah.
And I think we got 6 notes in before Don unplugged it and said that's anti-American and he was going to kick my ass. So I think we just sang it a cappella.
Yeah, I would like to have heard that guitar riff right there.
I actually played it at my wife's high school's talent show. So she went
The
to a
national
different
anthem?
school. Yeah,
Huh.
the Jimi Hendrix version.
Okay.
Of the guitar. And it was my junior year of high school, and they asked me if I'd come play at the school, and I was like, "Yeah, that'd be cool." So I had a really cool Van Halen jean jacket, a cool guitar,
Of course you did.
long hair. Remember my long hair?
I do.
So Kelsey Ridenauer, she read the pledge, and then I was supposed to walk out. When the pledge was done, I was supposed to stand there and play the national anthem. So as she was reading the pledge, I lit a cigarette.
Perfect.
And I stuck it on the end of the guitar like Eddie would do, because what are they going to do? Kick me out of a school I don't go to? And then instead of walking to the place I was supposed to stand, I walked to the edge of the stage and just sat down, took a big drag, stuck it on the guitar, played the national anthem, and it ended up in her yearbook. So if you pull out my wife's yearbook, I'm in there playing guitar with a cigarette dangling on the end of the guitar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
None of that shocks me. It's still a great story.
It doesn't shock you at all?
Not at all.
That's the kind of shit we did in school. It was kind of crazy.
Well, back when we were younger in high school, then the breakdancing was a big thing.
Yeah, I don't know
Yep.
anything about that.
Right. I'm in the school yearbook for Northfield I was doing a windmill at a basketball game, and they captured my picture, and I'm still on the Northfield High School yearbook.
Didn't even go to
Now-
school. That's the same thing.
Now it's an Olympic sport.
Isn't
Yes.
it?
It
Yeah,
is.
I wish I lived in Australia, because I think I could have came on the men's team.
Anybody. seems
Honestly, Last year, I could have came on the women's team if I would have just declared that program.
Yeah. Didn't seem as if Australia had the talent needed for an Olympic athlete.
No, but I did see a NFL player actually do it as their touchdown dance, which was kind of cool.
That is funny. I haven't seen that one. That's
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Very good.
All right, we have a guest. We're jibber jabbering. So I don't know much about the Legion. I've been to the Wabash one to buy tickets for the drawing that they have. That's really cool. You can win a lot of money, and a lot of friends that go there all the time. So tell us first, what is the American Legion and how did it get started?
Well, it is the largest veterans organization in the world. It first started in Paris, France, right after World War One.
The American Legion started in Paris, France.
It did.
Okay, continue.
So
That's interesting.
it was, the idea behind it was to help veterans and their families from the war casualties, and it was supposed to be a temporary thing. Here we are, 170 years later, still thriving and moving on, and still the largest veterans organization in the world. And it's evolved slowly. The American Legion and the Auxiliary were formed together at the same time in 1919. Over the years, Sons of the American Legion was formed, I believe, around 1944, to allow the sons of the veterans into the organization. And so it keeps evolving, and we've started a writers group now. So we have motorcyclists, people that have motorcycle enthusiasts that can join, but you have to be part of the other part of the family first. And we offer a bunch of different programs. I could expand on that if you'd like.
We would. I do have a question, and this is going to show my ignorance in this. Your organization, American Legion, there's VFW, there's Daughters of the American Revolution. I mean, there are countless number of organizations that sound military in some way, shape, or form. Then there's the Moose Lodge that I only somehow think is somehow similar, but
Don't forget about the Elks.
and the Elks, thank you. Like, how are all of those different?
Well, I can tell you from the standpoint of the American Legion and the VFW are war period serving veterans, or that was the way it was initially done. The VFW and the American Legion were separated by hazardous duty pay or being in the theater. So not just serving during the war period, but actually being in the area of war.
Okay.
And then
Is VFW is Veterans of Foreign Wars, correct?
yes,
Oh, and I guess there haven't been any wars fought in America, so I guess that all counts.
right. And then you have the AMVETS, which is anybody that served at any point in time.
Okay.
They could serve. They could join the AMVETS.
Oh, okay.
And then back in 2019, the Legion Act was passed, which opened the door to expand membership for the American Legion based on the Cold War. So even though we're not at war, like even probably today, we have people deployed fighting some battle somewhere on some front that we're not aware of.
Right.
And
Not technically a war, but
they're
fighting.
yes.
Okay. Makes sense.
Like our heroes that are blowing drug boats out of the water off the coast of.
Those are drones.
Still, it's a hero.
I mean,
flying it.
somebody's flying that thing.
Still
from
a
a distance.
hero flying it, right? And somewhere there's a guy in Miami going, I don't know where that drugs are.
It was due.
Just so you know, that was a Cuban accent.
Oh, all right. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so your American Legion, which tells me you were in the military at some point.
Yes, I was I was in the National Guard when I turned 17. When I turned 20 years, just before I turned 20 years old, I joined the Air Force. I met my wife in between there and knew that I didn't want to be in the Army, so I joined the Air Force. And then I was stationed at Travis Air Force Base, California. I was basically a hydraulic specialist on C-141s, which is a large cargo aircraft, and it controlled most of the steering in flight and started the engines on the ground.
So here's what we now know about Dave. And this isn't to make any other branch of the military mad, because they all say it too.
Okay.
He was in the smart branch. Is that not true?
Yes.
They all say that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in the Air Force. He's in the Smart Branch.
And the Marines, we all tease them that they need crayons.
Okay.
Of course, if you're not looking, you're going to have one of those crayons in a place you don't want it.
Yeah. And the Marine tease the Navy that they're bus drivers because the Marines get on the boats to go to shore to fight their battles.
Okay.
So the Army guys, they sleep in tents. If I got to sleep in a tent, I get paid extra money. They get the same pay.
So Smart Branch.
I'm curious, as that evolves over time, now that Space Force exists, what's their pigeonhole?
They wear tinfoil hats.
There you go. There you go. All right. Already started. That's great.
They all talk like R2D2.
So your position in American Legion is what exactly?
The department or the state level membership chairman. So I'm traveling the whole state, coordinating with district officers about doing buddy checks, which is a program to check on your veterans to make sure that they're okay. It's Be the One. It's a spur of the Be the One campaign. The Be the One is be the one to save. So by talking to people, saying, "Hey, call and check on you today," because you never know what people are going through, or what they've been through, and then they come home and they're having a hard time adjusting. So we've been trying to do that more consciously, calling people and checking on them. There's also a Be the One app, and anybody can download it, and it's good for anybody that's in a stressful thing. It's a Columbia protocol. It's a University of Columbia developed a protocol to ask questions, and based off the question response, you can tell whether the veteran needs immediate or a person needs immediate assistance or assistance, but not immediate. And off your geolocation on your phone, it will recommend where to go get those services.
Can you put that app up?
Yeah. What? I apologize. What's the app again?
Be the One.
Be the One. All right.
That's honestly, that's the hard work that I've been doing right now, is trying to talk to my realtors that are going through hard times today, making sure that they're okay.
Thanks,
the
buddy.
market's really difficult.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm trying to lift them up and say, it's okay. You'll make it.
I'm gonna be okay.
That's a really bad joke, but it is kind of true. So the Legion, when most people probably think of the Legion, they think at the bar in the town that they're at. But really, the services that you provide is so much greater than just a place to gather.
Yeah, there's a lot of vast different parts of the American Legion. So yes, we do sometimes have smoking post, and yes, we do drink, but that's not everywhere. Not all veterans drink.
Sure.
There are posts out there that have programs for kids inside them. We have 11 different programs for kids in Indiana to win scholarship money.
Nice.
And it goes anywhere from $25,000 down to $500.
Wow.
We got fourth grade flag education. A girl and a boy win the state level competition, they get money. We have a oratorical contest, which is a speech on the Constitution of the United States, plus an amendment when you get to a certain level. And the winner of that the state level wins $1,000 or $2,000, and then they go on to compete at the national level. And Haley Brock from Indianapolis was a homeschooled student, and she won a national about 2 or 3 years ago.
Give it up to Haley. I'm sure she's not watching, but
she's probably 2021 right now.
So that's awesome. Very cool. So I knew there's a lot of services when you go downtown, right? That's where the American Legion corporate offices are, right downtown by the Meridian Street. And
that is the national organization.
Oh, that's a national organization.
Yeah, that's the national headquarters is on Meridian, or Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Meridian, in between, just north of New York Street, where the mall is there, the Veterans Mall.
Our department headquarters is just off of Post Road, Herbert Ward Road, by the Pay Center there.
And I didn't realize we housed the national headquarters. That's pretty impressive. And that probably helps our state with a lot of things, knowing that it's right here and the nationals right here in Indianapolis.
It makes things convenient at certain times of the year. Yes,
that's awesome.
So we advocate for veterans as well. We help veterans get VA benefits through injuries that they occurred while they were serving. Help them get disability claims. You can get those filed. We advocate at the state level to get better benefits for veterans in the state of Indiana. And then our national commander actually goes to Congress every year and talks about the things that we want changed. A lot of people were worried about the VA losing people, the American Legion Express stuff, but we can't control what Congress cuts, but we can tell them the areas that we would like
Give your input.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. So if I have, so I do a lot of veterans loans, a lot of VA mortgages for people. And that's one of the things we talk about is, VA has a funding fee that's kind of expensive if it's your second time doing a VA loan, unless you have a 10% or more disability. And if somebody buys a home that's a veteran and they don't have that disability and they pay that big funding fee and they get the disability afterwards, they can have their funding fee refunded to them.
That's awesome to know.
Yeah. So now you can go ahead and close on that loan. Maybe you're in the process of getting your disability. Once it comes through, you go back to show the VA that you got the disability after you closed, and then you can get that funding fee refunded to you. And one of the questions I get from a lot of veterans is, where do I go to do that? Like, I filed it with the VA, but I haven't heard from them. So can I send them to you guys to go, hey, they have some advocates that can help?
We are very fortunate in Indiana. We have 96 counties. We almost have at least one veteran service officer qualified for the American Legion in any one of those locations. And we do have 5 or 7 of them that work downtown and one at our department headquarters. So there's opportunities everywhere. They prefer you to go to your county service officer, but if they're unavailable, yes, they'll work with you.
Yeah, and if they're not getting somewhere, you may be able to help them with contacts and people to talk to move to that next level.
Yes, exactly.
That's fantastic. That's actually a great resource. That's one of the reasons I was excited to have you on when you said this, because we all drive by the Legion and we just think, oh, that's a good place.
They're hanging out.
Go hang out and have a beer. And knowing that there's so many more services and so much more impact behind it, that it's not just a place to go grab a beer.
Right. And the programs that I was talking about earlier, out of those 11 programs, well, we also have some other scholarships, but a $270,000 plus a year is given out to youth.
Wow.
Through our
That's
American
incredible.
Legion. So that's a yearly thing. And if you add the auxiliary and the SAL stuff, it's over $300,000.
No kidding. So to be a member, you have to be a veteran, or you have to have a family member that's a veteran. Is that right?
But to be a Legionnaire or in the Legion itself, yes, you have to have served and had you can't be less than honorable or other than honorable, but you can join otherwise.
Okay.
If you, even in the National Guard and Reservists, that's a big target that people are missing. If you have done basic training since the late 1950s, go to archive.gov, fill out your stuff, get a DD form 214, go down and join your American Legion. It's available. Now, to be a Sons of the American Legion, that's a father, grandfather, or parent, grandparent, or parent, or even great grandparents. You can join the Sons of the American Legion. The auxiliary, you could be the veteran, or you could be the spouse of the American Legion, and that includes males. Because we have 20% of the military now is females.
Yeah.
So we were missing that target, and so they started putting them in with the auxiliary because that's the spouse of the veteran.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the greedy side as a realtor mortgage guy.
Okay.
So do you guys have like referral sources? Like, say somebody wants to buy a house and they need a realtor. Do you guys have realtor referral sources or mortgage referral sources that can help that veteran go to somebody that you trust and want to work with?
I don't know that, but if you are a good resource, and I know that you are, reach out to our department, talk to our adjutant. His name's Chad Woodburn. Talk to him about coming and speaking at one of our events.
Yeah.
And make yourself available.
You should go speak in an event.
Yeah. And when you think of that, so a mortgage guy can do the whole state, right? But for a realtor, realtors are a little more regional. Like you wouldn't, hey, I've got a veteran in Fort Wayne that's looking to buy a house.
Probably not me.
Be like, I can't, right?
I mean, I can,
it would be really cool to set up a network of realtors and mortgage people and title people even that would be able to turn around and give a discount and really appreciate the service that service member had and turn around and give some kind of discount to help that veteran purchase their home. That's something that I would be interested in. I'm sure we could.
Or open their eyes
Yeah.
to others like Homes for Heroes programs
Exactly.
that exist that give veterans discounts already on top of potentially a realtor discounting fees as well.
Yeah, that's something that we'd love to talk about and see if we could put together a program that would really help service members. You know, of course, I'm telling you, I'm a mortgage guy, so I want to do loans. But if you've seen the VA loans I do today that go to the big VA companies, I won't say their name. I'll just use their initials, like Veterans United. They overcharge every single veteran, in my opinion, in my humble but most accurate opinion, every veteran. And when somebody goes to one of those companies and then they get referred to me, I'm usually a third of the cost without even knowing they talked to them. So sometimes some of these companies have set this up to where they're really trying to market to and make money from. And for me, I'd rather do it to help that person get that house and do it at a much lower cost, or even in some cases, I've done some of them just for free because I've had a disabled vet that's worked really hard to get a house and we helped him get his credit cleaned up and he deserves a home instead of renting. Let's make that happen.
I agree with you there. It'd be awesome if you guys could work something out. I mean, we're getting ready to partner with the Red Cross back when California had the wildfires going on. Indiana sent 17,000 Red Cross people out there. Well, then we had disasters in our own state. They had to call those back. So they're partnering with us. Hopefully in January, we're going to start getting some training, and actually when they send their people out, we'll have people here to be able to react as
It's a good idea.
Red Cross people here in Indiana, and they're actually going to advertise for us too. That's visibility is one thing the American Legion lacks, and as the membership chairman, I have created a radio campaign with Q95 and 97.5 here in Indianapolis. iHeartRadio, we have apps on commercials going on that. And we're now doing it on streaming TV services as of the 22nd. So
Awesome.
Trying to get the visibility out there. The biggest thing right now is getting out there. A lot of communities don't know what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. We may have a person that can help you out with the TV streaming programs too. If they can, Alex Smith he actually has a company that they can target different people's households with streaming ads. So I'll get you his contact when we're done.
The psychoactive purchases, is that what?
Oh, dude, it's
Something like that.
It's all kinds of stuff. Let's say that you're standing in a bathroom in a truck stop in Omaha and you say that you like Amazon, and that's going to show up on your TV when you get home. They're listening everywhere.
That they are.
They know what you're doing. But Alex has some targeted programs, and I know he's big on helping veterans as well. So that's something that I'll pin you guys together.
Please do.
Yep.
We're trying to do this as like a 3 to 5 year campaign to see if we can turn the tide in our organization.
So you mentioned the form that they can get to show that they were a veteran, what the service was and all of that. Is there a fee to be a member, and what would that be?
Well, that varies. Right now, the cheapest as a Legionnaire is going to be in the state of Indiana. It's $45, and it could be as high as $60. And it basically depends on the post and what they have to offer their members. There's a post that has a golf course, and they get cheaper fees for being a member there, so their membership's a little higher.
Brian just signed you enlist.
I'm a son of a veteran.
I thought you were in. I'm filling out the enlistment.
No, sir,
paperwork.
I'm not. I'm too soft for that. You mentioned the fee. Is that monthly, yearly, one time?
1 year.
Per year. Okay.
$45 a year.
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
Fantastic.
45, 60 for a Legionnaire. Now,
either way.
the Sons of the American Legion dues could be anywhere from $20 to the $60. It really depends on the post.
Incredibly reasonable.
Yeah, it's made it to where if you're a struggling vet, you still can be a part of it and also be able to get the resources and the help that you might need.
Yeah.
People overlook the help that people need, and people today I think are callous and overlook how hard being in the military is and what our military does and how special it is for them to serve our country. And then we overlook that.
All right.
That's in my opinion.
And that's part of the Be the One program, is to try to identify the people in need and work with them. And we also have financial aid for veterans. We have a program called IVETS, and Children and Youth Fund. And the difference between the two is whether you have children in the home or not. And then the amount changes. So if you don't have children, it's like $500, a one-time thing. Or if you have children, it's $750. If you have a bigger need, we have one called Temporary Financial Assistance Program that gets you up to $1,500 one time. And so it helps somebody that like maybe got an injury and couldn't work for a few months and maybe back pay a couple of bills or something. That's all that does. But there's other posts out there will offer more stuff.
So knowing that you're all private, right? You're not government funded.
No, we're not government funded.
So what do you do for fundraising? Do you have like fundraising campaigns and ways for people to donate and ways for people to get involved to help?
IndianaLegion.org. We have a donate thing for the foundation. That is what runs all of our programs. It also supports the funding for the Veteran in Need programs that we have. It's a nonprofit 501c3, so big corporations can donate to it. We're trying to hit around 5 million. We get 5 million in there of our programs in Indiana. Won't go away right now. That's what our membership is declining. Unfortunately, is the boomers came, so they're booming away as well.
The boomers came and the boomers are leaving.
Unfortunately, and that's the case. And so our membership has shrank from, in Indiana, we went from around 100,000 in 2014 to we're not even hit 60,000 right now.
Wow. So we probably can put the donate button in our description, or at least the website to it. So if you're watching this and you want to donate, you can go to our description and find that link. And you, based on YouTube, you probably have to copy and then paste it into your screen and then go there to donate. But that's a great cause to reach out to and help.
You can also go to that page to join as well.
Oh, right on. So you can join too. Oh, super easy. We'll try to make it easy for everyone.
We do.
That's what we do here on our show. Make it easy. We love raising money. I mean,
oh, yeah, we do.
Tell me, how about that? How's that marathon training going for you, Brian? Because Brian, you may not know this. I ran a marathon, and Brian's like, I would never do that. So I just looked at him and said, well, what about for $1,000? And he's like, maybe. So what we did was we made a deal to donate $1,000 to the charity of his choice. And then if we raised the $1,000 on the show, I would match that $1,000. And then we had another guest match the $1,000 too. So Brian kind of has to run now. Like he can't back out without looking like a heel. So how's your training going?
Brad's running with me. The marathon is in January, and it's going pretty well, actually. This past Saturday, I ran 10 miles, which is the farthest I've ever run in my life.
It's a long ways.
It is a long ways. But it's just going to get longer. So this weekend is actually going to be a dial back.
Is it? I was going to ask you what I have to run.
That's where I'm at. Ours might be because I had the COVID time, and then I was gone in Texas. So I'm a little bit behind, but still it's fine.
I've been in Mexico so many days.
Right.
I almost have a visa.
Well, I'll be doing 6 on Saturday. So there you go.
My goal was to run a mini.
Oh, on Saturday?
Yeah, on the treadmill. I was just going to pop on the treadmill, run 13.
I hate running on the treadmill.
I do too, but
hate it.
I can control my weather circumstance. It's going to be raining Saturday, and I'm not running in the rain.
Well, maybe I'll run a different day.
You can bring your treadmill over, put it next to me.
No, it was a nightmare getting that thing up the stairs of my house.
Getting it to your house.
Yeah. It's a lot of nightmare with moving a treadmill.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you doing it, and I know the people at the food bank appreciate it as well.
That's right. We when all is said and done, after we actually complete the marathon, and Marty will donate her $500 when we're done.
Oh,
will be nearly $4,000.
Isn't that incredible? Just
That's
talking
incredible.
on the internet.
And see, American Legion does things like that. They donate to food banks and stuff.
Oh,
so an individual post will do it to their communities. That's why it's important to try to reach out and support the American Legion in your community because they do stuff like that. They donate to baseball teams or school sport teams, all those kinds of things. Fish, I don't know.
The band? Feed.
Yeah. Wish it was the band, but fish programs for women with children get money for or get food donated to.
Okay. Yeah.
The programs like that out there. And the American Legion actually we have a mental health program called Question, Process, and Response, or QPR training.
Okay.
And we're actually funding people donated for mental health issues at the Department of Indiana. We're actually training people in Indiana to become trainers, to go out and train the question, process, and response. And all that does is helps you identify somebody in distress. And
Yeah.
They're all in the real estate profession along with veterans right now. They're all distressed.
could be.
Not
Could be.
all of
No,
us.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so here's a question that hopefully the answer to this question doesn't matter because by the time this is aired, we won't be dealing with the issue that we're dealing with. But I'm sure you guys are really giving extra support during this government shutdown and being able to help where resources from our government aren't available, and you guys are.
Yes, we've actually have a historic or history of that because during the last shutdown, we were out there donating money and giving. We started giving even the Coast Guard a bunch of money, and they're in a different category because you got the military branches, and yes, Coast Guard is one of them, but it's actually falls under Homeland Security. Other than it's not a Department of War. So I'm sure if it gets worst case scenario, we're already offering that out there right now. So last time I think we donated a certain amount of money. We opened it up for just about anybody to be able to get money. So yes, I'm sure there's American Legions in their communities that are donating to the food banks too to help keep them supported as well.
Hopefully by the time this airs, it'll be done. I have a customer that I got a clear to close. They're a USDA loan. I sent everything to USDA. They asked one quick question. We answered that question, and midnight came, and I can't get my conditional commitment. And my poor borrower has been waiting to close on his new house. And with USDA closed, you can't close a USDA mortgage. So it's
that's
Is the seller of that house, do they still live in the house?
no, and we actually worked it out with the seller. They were very
that's good.
helpful. I got a call today from a realtor up in northern Indiana that said, "Can you close USDA loans?" I'm like, "No, nobody can." And they're like, "Do you have an option to change them to a different loan because this other company wants to charge them this huge interest rate to go FHA with down payment assistance?" And tell me if this is crazy. I said, "Do this. Don't change it. This has to end soon. See if you can offer the seller double the amount in earnest money to extend the contract to wait just a couple more weeks."
It makes sense that as a seller, I'm not so sure that makes a huge difference because you don't get the earnest money until it closes.
Yeah, but it's telling you that, look, hang on, we're willing to do something.
That's true.
Give $500 earnest money. Let's make it $1,000 and extend the contract, and that way I'm not going anywhere. Well, brother, I appreciate you coming and doing this. This is some great information for people, and I think you have a great avenue for people to help out. And appreciate you.
I appreciate the opportunity. I really do. Like I said, we need to get out there and show people what we are and who we are. We're not just a smoke-filled rings, drunk old guys telling war stories.
I gotta say
that does happen, but that's not all we do.
I knew that. I knew there's more behind it. I worked for a medical firm back in the 90s called Z Medical, and we sold the safety supplies and first aid cabinets, and the American Legion downtown was one of my customers. So I was in there all the time, and I'm in this big, beautiful building downtown Indianapolis, and my first thought is this can't be just smoke-filled bombs. There's got to be more to this. And not being a veteran and not being involved, there's no way for us to know. So for you to be here and share that tells a big story for a lot of people that don't know.
Well, when you join the military, you do service to others over oneself. The American Legion is an extension of that. You still have the camaraderie. You still have the service to your community, and it builds that core. You still feel like you're effective change because you're changing people's lives.
That's actually
you guys
true.
do great work. Certainly opened my eyes to a lot today because I didn't know squat about the American Legion. So,
Well,
thanks
if
for
you're
sharing.
not a member of the American Legion, we can make that happen right after the show.
Well, he's ready to enlist to go to the golf course.
He is not.
Your dad was a veteran?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Not was, he is. He's still around.
You're just still around. My grandfather was in World War II, so that was
My dad was in Vietnam, as was my uncle. Both my grandfathers served in the Army back in, well, probably would have been Korea, potentially World War II, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think World War II makes more sense.
My grandpa was a war hero in World War II, so was in a concentration camp and traded a watch for bread and gave the bread to everybody else. And then when they were able to break out up there, they actually broke out. And my grandpa, Bob Kaler, was actually in the same concentration camp as his brother, my great uncle, Phil Kaler. So they were literally in the same concentration camp in Germany. So my grandma used to tell me those stories all the time. She's no longer with us either. And it was pretty impressive. My grandpa never, ever talked about it. Ever.
Wow.
But Uncle Phil and Uncle John, those guys would all tell war stories, and my grandpa would get to leave. It affected him in a way. He didn't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And of course, that was a smoke-filled back porch with a lot of Bud Heavies. I'm telling you right now. Those Kalers could drink some beers.
Both my grandparents and both my parents served.
No kidding. That's awesome.
My mom served 29 and a half years, and my dad served 23.
Wow. Army?
My dad-
Air Force?
My dad did all Army. My mom was in the Army when they met. Back in the 60s, they didn't let women be pregnant, so they separated her. And my mom and dad ended up getting divorced, and we moved to Indiana, and they changed the law. So she was a reservist for a little while, and then she went active duty Air Force and retired as a E9 in the Air Force.
That is smart branch. That's where he got it from.
Yeah. So it seems.
Well, thank you for your service.
Definitely.
You know, I know there were a lot of you that when we graduated went off to the service, and that was not a time frame in 1988 that you were going to peaceful service then. So I appreciate what you've done. I appreciate your service and all of our friends that did at the same time. And thanks for being on the show. And
All right. Well,
Cheers
cheers
to you,
all the
Dave.
veterans out there. Cheers to you, Dave. Thanks for being on the show. We'll see you next time on Indiana Success Happy Hour. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's Brian and Brad, grab your seat. Real talk served with a boozy beat. Tune in, don't even blink, 'cause real estate makes us drink.